What's up, guys? Two high guys here.
Happy peanuts soar over chocolate-covered mountaintops and waterfalls of caramel. Prancing nougat in the meadow sings a song of satisfaction to the world. The world. That's right.
And I wanted to talk about this topic related to the whole back-to-school phenomenon that's been happening since around August. All the kids are dreading it. All the parents are probably dreading it.
Oh god, I'm gonna have to worry about homework and people liking me or not liking me.
And all that other bullshit. Or if you're in a poor urban environment where there's constant gang wars over petty bullshit, you're just probably worried about trying to survive. And whatever situation, this topic is more focused on trying to pick your elective classes as intelligently as possible. Now, I've been out of high school for about 3 or 4 years now, so obviously I'm not currently in high school. With my experience, I will be able to guide you to make better choices. I want to tell you about the story about how I picked the elective class architecture and how I regretted it so much. Now, there have been other elective classes that I've been not as happy about, but this one was the one where I probably received the most horrible grade ever because of how I was either unmotivated to work there or how hard it was in the Sarasara. And to explain why, I'll have to kind of tell a little bit of a story. So when around 2011, I was trying to choose which class to go to, one of which was architecture. My expectations for this class was that we were going to cover about architecture in general, such as the style of it, the history of it, maybe not the history of it, but more the fact that we would cover different styles, for example, and they wouldn't be just about houses. I thought we were going to cover about like different styles for buildings or skyscrapers or churches, for example, which most of the European ones have like a Gothic style to them. And I thought we were going to focus as much on drafting, although looking back now, it kind of makes sense that we would focus on that. But I did know that we would just like focus on it like every single fucking week. On the first day or so, or the first like 2 days after I had the class, I tried to change the class, but I wasn't able to do so, either because there weren't any classes left for me to choose, or all like the alternatives were worse. So in other words, I had to pick the lesser of two evils. And unfortunately, the class ended up being difficult for me due to my limited knowledge and perfectionism. And while this is embarrassing to say, my difficulty was trying to measure things in inches or yards. Now I can say that I can pretty much confidently do that. But back then, I was just so confused. And I know it's kind of like an obvious thing, but back then, I was mostly just used to like meters or kilometers, so that really hurted me a lot. And another thing about it was that I was unable to finish doing drafts or drawings because of how long it would take them. Our classes were usually around like 45 minutes or so. It depended on because we switched like from trimesters to semesters, I believe. So having less than an hour to work on that is kind of... It's not like as though like we only had like a day to finish the full draft, but it's just that back then my whole family situation, we were just fucking poor, and I was just constantly anxious about trying to like stay after school for my parents to pick me up due to gas money, because we live fucking 10 miles away from the school, so I was just afraid of like having to constantly stay after school and stuff. Looking back now, my parents probably would have probably let me stay, but even then, things would have been really difficult for me, because that's the thing, is that because it's not just the homework for the architecture class, it's a lot of other things. It could be like, biology, language arts, history class, Sarasara. With all that combined, it's like, what the fuck do I do? Back then, I didn't really have a good planner, so most of the stuff is basically my fault, but that's why I'm telling you guys to make the decision to not do what I did. Now, what you can do is you can try to do better research on the class that you're taking. Try to ask as much questions as possible, either from the counselor or from the teacher who's teaching the class or from students who have the class, so that way you get a better knowledge of the class. Because if you just take the class not knowing anything about it, you will make a big regret about it. So what happened is that I ended up just basically fucking around in the class. I would just like work on like little poetry or whatever, while the teacher was like,
"Oh, you shouldn't work on that. Go work on other stuff."
I was just like, whatever. Because that's the thing. It's like, here I am. I'm just gonna end up losing. I know that's not a good mindset to have. But here's the thing. It's kind of like if you're forcing a fish to climb a tree. That's kind of how I felt. So at the end of class, I ended up getting like an F or whatever, which, fortunately my parents didn't mind because they realized that, the class was hard for me. So I hope that this helped you in a way. If you enjoyed this, then feel free to like this video as well as leave a comment. Comments always help me. I know I've said this a lot in my previous videos, but they really do. So if you leave a comment, I'll be able to. I will try to reply back to your comment as fast as possible. So with that, take care.